Hey everybody, Rauderberg69 back with you today to do another flight in Eurofly 3, the flight simulator for blind and low vision people. This game is still in beta and it has bugs, so just remember that. Okay, so I'm part of the Blind Gaming Club. We're a community of blind and low vision people that help each other out, and that's why I do these videos, to show people how to do this. Website will be in the description, so go and check that out. We have our own Discord server with a great deal of information and a lot of people on there to talk to, so join us if you'd like to. If you like these videos and they help you out, please like and subscribe, as there will be more, and you'll get notified when new videos get uploaded, so please do that. It helps out and gets the information out there to more people. Okay, so today we're doing training flight 11. It's not actually an official training flight. It will be your first flight to pick up passengers. So very exciting. You can actually earn money as well to save up to train for new planes. So there's a few more things since you have started, since you've got out of the training flights, or you may be even just looking to see what's after the training flights. I don't know. But we'll go through those now quickly, and then we'll get in and do our flight. So, of course, you have your original training. Then now on the dashboard, you will have the next one, which is
Charter flights.
Charter flights. If you press enter on this now, it will just bring you back to the dashboard because it's not available, because that's not part of the beta testing. The next one is
Business flights.
Business flights. Again, the same. You can't go into there. I believe business flights is for doing packages and transport. I'm not sure. That's what I've sort of read around. Okay, and the next one,
Scheduled flights.
is the scheduled flights. If you go into this one, it will open up and it'll give you another two options, but one of them will dump you back to the dashboard and the other one will crash the program. So probably not a good idea to go in there. And then the next one is the one we want,
Free flights.
which is free flights. You can come in here and pick any of your current planes or any planes you've trained for, and you can do passenger flights or non-passenger flights, totally up to you. So let's go in and then I'll go through some of the options in there.
Enter, desktop, folder view, list view, Eurofly 3, 13 of 29, free flight dialog, my planes combo box, 1.
Okay, so you start in the My Planes list, which is all your training planes that you got given at the end of your training. I don't have any extra ones yet because I just haven't quite earned enough money. So we press tab.
Filter edit.
That will take you to the filter. So if you want to search for a plane, if you've got lots of them, it's going to be a while, I assure you. Then the next one is
Company planes combo box.
the company planes. I used to see company flights a lot, but there's none there now, and I haven't seen it. Since I finished my training, I haven't seen any company planes available. So I don't know whether they took them out or whether people are just keeping them. You're only allowed to do 2 company flights a day. So what that means is if you do two short flights, you can only do the 2, then you can't get back in, because when you land and finish the flight, it chucks you out of the plane. But if you're quick enough, you can get back into the plane and take it for another flight. But you're only allowed 2. But if you do a long flight, if it's a big plane, then you can probably reset it and keep it for a long time, which is a bit unfair to everybody else. But anyway, okay, so that's the company flights. The next one is the filter
edit.
for the company flights. So you can search through if you're looking for a particular plane. Then the next one is the rentals. I'll just quickly go through that. Rentals is you can rent a plane. They're very expensive, so you want to be earning lots of money to rent them. If you've watched any of Lucas's videos, that's how he gets all his planes for these demo flights.
Rental offer combo box. Filter edit.
And then you got the filter for the rental offers, and then you tab again,
My planes combo box,
and you're back
1.
to My Planes. So today we're going to be flying the Airbus A300. It's in the Category 2 planes, a smaller plane. I think it seats 335 passengers. So let's go down and pick that.
Beechcraft 36 Bonanza Cessna C100 Mooney M20J Piper Aero Emerald 2. Airbus A300 Coffs Harbour left paren YCFS right paren.
Okay, there's the one we want. And as you heard, it's in Coffs Harbour, which of course is in Australia, because I really enjoy flying around Australia.
Australia 0, dashboard.
Steering controls ready.
Okay, just 2 quick disclaimers. First one, you heard steering controls ready. That's because I use an Xbox Series X controller to help me fly these planes. Saves a lot of keystrokes because I think there's quite a few buttons on the controller, and I can steer the plane. I can check systems and altitude and all that sort of stuff from the controller. Makes it a lot easier than pressing the keys all the time. So if you've got one lying around, I'd definitely recommend trying it out, but make sure you go into the settings and set up the buttons how you want them in the controller settings in the settings section. I haven't done that, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Well, to an extent. But okay, second disclaimer is I use a voice command program called Voice Attack. This does all the keystrokes for me. So you'll hear me doing voice commands, and then you'll hear it doing the keystrokes for me. Unfortunately, the program Voice Attack isn't very accessible. If you've got sighted assistants, they can help you set it up. Once it's set up, you can actually set up voice commands to switch to different voice commands. So it can be very useful once it's set up, but getting it set up is the problem. I don't endorse it. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. So I don't make anything out of that. If you want it, you go off and purchase it yourself. But anyway, so I had a little mishap earlier and one of my settings was incorrect. So I was going to show you fueling up and everything, but I've already got the correct fuel. So I'll do the same thing I've done before, and I will show you how everything works, but I just won't be refueling this time. So let's get started, and we'll get the plane started up and into a situation where I can start getting ready. Start up.
Computer on. Seatbelt strobe lights on. Taxi lights on. Cabin lights on. Landing lights on. Radio on. Transponder on.
I got a good co-pilot. Hangar door status.
Hangar doors closed. Vertical bar north.
Open hangar door.
The APU is now running.
We're starting
Primary
up a
startup
small
complete.
jet engine.
Please connect to nearest tower, then complete your flight plan, then complete next checklist using command, checklist 2. Press 9 for radio frequency.
We need to open the doors
Hangar
to let
doors
the
open.
fumes out. That voice was not part of the game, that's part of my voice attack program. So, okay, so let's get our radio frequency. So he said to press 9.
9. Combo box. Coffs Harbor ground control 118.2.
Okay, so let's set that.
Escape. Edit.
Set radio frequency.
Set frequency. Set 118. 108.2. Coffs Harbor ground control. Edit.
SK787. We welcome you to our airport.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do this morning is we're going to get our flight plan, because you don't want to be overfueling your plane, because this costs money now. It costs you money for fuel, and you want a good profit rating for your passengers, so you want to only buy the fuel you need. So you've got to set up your flight plan first to find out what fuel you need. So we'll do that now. So we'll press Control F8 to go in and choose the airport we want to fly to.
Combo box. State of New South Wales Coffs Harbor -YCFS left. 0 kilometers right.
So I'm in the state of New South Wales in a city called Coffs Harbour right now. It's not a huge city, but it's not a small one either. So we're flying to Brisbane today, which is about 300 kilometres away. So I'll arrow down to find that.
State of Queensland Gold Coast -YBCG left. 242 kilometers 9 right. 17 minutes
That's
right.
the Gold Coast. We're not going
State
there.
of New South Wales Newcastle -YWLM left. 300 kilometers
Newcastle.
156 left. 21 minutes. State of Queensland Brisbane
And
-YBDN
there's
left.
Brisbane.
326
So we'll
kilometers
select
dead
that
ahead.
by
22 minutes
pressing
right.
the space bar.
Added to navigation.
So that's added to navigation now, but the window is still open. So because we have a navigation computer, so I'm going to press Escape to close that window because I don't want to add any more airports.
Escape. Edit.
Okay, so let's get our flight plan, and today we're going to be doing a navigated flight, so I can show you how the waypoint system works, or sort of works.
Combo box. Board dash asking for board. Engines dash asking fuel dash asking for gate dash asking for gate plan dash. I want to create a flight plan.
Okay,
Enter. Call sign read only.
press
Edit.
F1 to get up the radio
787.
frequency. Right, that's our call sign. Remember yours, because you don't want to be doing stuff for other people. You don't want to be getting permission and taking off when you're not supposed to, because you get penalties.
Select destination combo box. State of Queensland Brisbane dash
Right,
YBBN.
we already selected that when we done the Control F8,
Filter edit.
and that's to choose. If you want to, you can choose from
Flight
here.
description edit.
Flight description, I'm not going to put one of those in. That shows up on the website. People can see what you're doing, whatever you type in there.
Requesting combo box. Navigated flight.
And today I'm requesting a navigated flight, so hopefully they'll give us a navigated flight.
My waypoints combo box, Brisbane.
My waypoints right now is only Brisbane because that's all I have. I don't know what waypoints they're going to give me because they're the tower, I'm not. Now here's a new section that you wouldn't have had before.
Passengers checkbox not checked.
Now passengers, we're going to pick up passengers today, so we're going to check this checkbox by pressing space.
Space, checked.
Right, it's now checked. You can check that by pressing Shift
My
tab,
waypoints combo box, Brisbane.
and then tab
Passengers
again.
checkbox checked.
And it's checked.
Request flight button.
And we'll request the flight.
Enter, edit.
Set transponder.
Set transponder code.
You need to
Set
put in your
transponder code, edit.
transponder code because that tells the towers who you are and where you're going.
SK787. Flight plan accepted. Set transponder to 8023.
8023 8023. Enter. Edit.
Okay, that's set. Okay, so originally I would go in and check the fuel now, but I'm going to do that anyway, but we don't need to fuel up. So we need to check our flight plan to get that information. So it's control and enter to bring up your plane
Control
properties.
enter. Combo box. Pilot Roderberg 69 left paren 2 right
And then
paren.
you want to tab over one to the flight plan.
Combo box. Flight plan.
So this has got all the information about your flight.
Starting airport Poland Coffs Harbour dash YCFS
So
left
we're
paren state of New
starting
South
in
Wales
Coffs
right
Harbour.
destination airport Poland Brisbane dash YBBN left
destination
paren
is
state of
Brisbane.
Queensland backup destination airport Poland Gold Coast dash YBCG left
Our
paren state of
backup is
Queensland
the
right
Gold
paren.
Coast, which is just off of Brisbane. It's about 100 kilometres south of
Flight
Brisbane.
monitored by National Air Traffic Control.
Our flight is monitored by National Air Control.
Flight corridor colon.
Now this is our flight corridor, so this gives us our waypoints. You need to take note of these waypoints and you need to add them to your navigation computer. Unfortunately this doesn't always work, which I'll show you very soon.
SE 30,153 Athol Glen left paren 37 kilometers 16 left right paren left paren dash 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 right paren.
Okay, so you heard a lot of numbers there. You only really need the name, which was Athol Glen, and then it tells you the distance it is away. It said it was 37 kilometres. So that means we're going to fly to there. Once we put it in, we'll fly to there first. I'm hoping they put it in so I can just press spacebar on it here and add it. It is a computer after all. Why can't I just add it from here? I'm hoping that the Kissoff does that. There's been no report of whether they're going to do it or not, because I'll show you how to add these waypoints in a minute, but it's a lot more difficult than just adding them from here. And this is a computer system. Why can't I select them from here? Okay, so we'll go to the next one.
SE 29,153 Ellengown left paren 111 kilometers 17 right right paren left paren dash 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 right paren.
Okay, so that one's Ellengall or whatever it is. I can't see it, so I don't know. I'm just going off the pronunciation. And that was 111 kilometres away. Now, I think we got one more.
SE 28,153 Bodasert left paren 111 kilometers dead ahead right paren left paren dash 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 right
Okay,
paren.
so that's Bow Desert, which is also 111 kilometres away. Now, I think that's 111 kilometres from the previous waypoint. So I think the waypoints, the first one is 37, then the next one is 111 from that one, and then the next one is 111 from that one. So I did do a prelim of this flight, and I can't pick the third one because it's not in the list. So I'm hoping when I cross the border into Queensland, I can add it then. So we'll give that a test. But that's it for the waypoints, and then my next one should be Brisbane.
Brisbane left paren 69 kilometers 10 right right paren dash YBBN left paren state of Queensland right paren.
That's all the information for there. So you've got to remember those. You can switch backwards and forwards. It's a pain in the bum, but you've got to remember those and to add them to your navigation computer. But we'll just keep going down to see how much fuel and stuff we would have needed.
Planned flyover areas colon state of New South Wales.
So we're going to fly
State
over
of
New South Wales,
Coral Sea.
Queensland, and we'll briefly touch the Coral Sea just before we land in Brisbane.
Length of planned flight colon 328 kilometers.
328
22
kilometres,
minutes.
22 minutes.
Length of flight to the backup airport colon 423 kilometers.
That's if we went to Brisbane and then had to go back to the Gold Coast, because the Gold Coast is actually closer than Brisbane to us at the moment.
28 minutes.
And that'll be a 28-minute flight.
Required fuel colon 907 liters.
So we need 907 litres of fuel. I've put 2,000 litres in, and the plane had 210, so I currently have 2,210 litres of fuel. I just want to have backup fuel, just in case the plane burns more than it says. Maybe you get a headwind, I don't know. Because you've got to remember, fuel costs money, and if you don't get enough passengers, if you fill this plane up, you wouldn't make any money.
Fuel load when taking off colon 2,210 liters dash
So-
sufficient.
It's telling me I have sufficient fuel.
Flight costs colon 3,711 euros sign.
So see, this flight's going to cost 3,700 euros because of the fuel and all the charges.
Airfare €160 sign.
Now that's what it's going to charge each passenger. We've got 335 seats, so we should, if we can fill up most of the plane, we'll definitely cover the cost.
Income €0 sign.
We've got zero income at the moment, which I'll show you that when we've got the passengers on board. It'll actually show us how much our income is.
Company profit minus 3,711.
So at the moment, the company profit is minus, of course. Now the next part is what you'll earn for the flight.
Possible points awarded
So the possible points awarded, it's not going to be much because it's a really short flight.
Points to gain
I'm going to get 1 point if I complete this flight without crashing. If the most points I've seen you get for free flights is 3, which is for anything over 5,000 kilometre flight. Whereas if you do a company flight, you get 6 points for those. Now the wages.
Financial reward 16.
I get 16 euros paid. It is only a 22-minute flight. You're actually paid on the distance, on the time of the flight. So I've done a quick calculation on current pilots' pricing, and it's pretty much in line with them.
Points to lose 10.
Now this is your points to lose. If you crash, you'll lose 10 points. You only gain 1, but you lose 10. So you get punished harshly.
Financial penalty 320.
And I'd lose $320. I make 16, lose 320. So you don't want to crash. It's basically it, and that's it for that. So
Escape. Edit.
We'll now get the plane started, and then we'll check out some other stuff. Well, we can check that out now, actually.
Control enter. Combo
So
box.
we'll check out
Pilot
our
69 left,
our
right
stall
parent.
speeds and everything. So
SK for 7 Airbus A3 transport certified. Pushback required. Condition 1 last system. Number of seats. Number of passengers. Number of seats 335.
see, we've got passengers seats 335.
Number of passengers 0.
We've got 0 passengers at the moment because we haven't picked
Wingspan
any up.
length fit bass weight current weight cruising speed maximum cruising range maximum cruising altitude 12192 meters. Flap positions 0/4.
So there's 4 flap positions.
Spoiler positions 0/4.
4 spoiler
Bass takeoff
positions.
speed 245 kmph.
245 for takeoff is the
Bass
minimum.
landing speed 245 kmph.
Base landing.
Stall
same.
speed 290 kmph.
Okay, stall speed's 290. So that's if with no flaps.
Current takeoff speed 245 kmph.
So it says I can take off at 245, but stall speed's 290, so I can't.
Nose angle when taking off 6-11-16.
So that's our takeoff angle, 6, 11, 16. I'll probably do it at about 12 or 13.
Minimum flap position when taking off 1.
Okay, so we've got to have the flaps set at 1.
Minimum
for
takeoff runway length 1870 meters. Current landing speed 245 k. Minimum flap position when landing 3. Minimum landing runway length 1000 set fuel tank capacity 15750
Okay,
liters.
so we didn't really need that information yet, but I just went through it. So now let's go to our stall speed. So I'll tab over to the technical data.
Combo box, technical data. Stall speeds flaps 0 290 kmph.
So flap 0 is 290, and we want to be at flaps 1 for
Flaps
takeoff.
1 270 kmph.
So it's 270. So we can't take off until we get above 270 kilometers an hour, of course. And our landing speed will be
Flaps 3 230 kmph.
230. That'll probably change because we'll have less fuel. But all right, let's get this plane
Escape,
started,
edit.
and then we'll get our runway and everything and get going.
Combo box, board dash
So-
asking for boarding.
F1 to bring up the tower,
Engines dash asking for permission to enter, edit.
and we'll get permission to start the engines. Hopefully.
SK787. You have permission to start
Yay.
the engines.
Final startup.
Page
Starting,
up, blank, page
starting.
down, blank.
Just got to wait for these big engines to turn up and get the cold pilot to turn everything on.
Temperature
Stall
control
on.
radar on. Stall indication on. TCAS on. Sensor on. Ventilation on. Cabin pressurization on. GPWS on.
That's all done by voice command.
Ready,
I didn't turn
ready.
any of that on.
The APU is now shut down.
Okay,
Final startup
engines are
complete.
running, so
If you
we
need to
don't need
collect
the
passengers,
APU
use the
anymore.
command. Passenger checklist.
Um,
If no passengers, use command. Taxi checklist. For takeoff procedure. Now please set cabin temperature.
Set temperature combo box, 18, 9, 20, 21. Enter,
Temperature
edit.
set.
Okay, so we've set the temperature. As you heard, it turned the APU off, the auxiliary power unit. I don't run that once the plane's running. just make sure at least one of the engines are running before you turn that off, or it'll shut all your systems down again because your battery can't run everything. So, okay, so we got them running. So let's get our
Combo
runway.
box. Board engines dash asking fuel dash asking gate dash asking plan dash I want to push dash I need pushback.
Oh no,
Plan dash
we've
I
got
want
to
to
get
gate dash asking for
passengers.
fuel dash asking for fuel.
So we've got to get a
asking for
gate.
assignment.
So let's get gate assignment. Oh, forgot about that.
Enter. Edit.
SK787, taxi to stand 3.
Okay, so we've got to go to stand 3 to pick up our passengers. So, now, I've done the hangar door status before, and the door was to the north. So we'll just make sure we're facing north.
North.
Yes, we are. So we can just cruise out now. We're going to do the check the airport just to make sure where it is, where everything is. Because if it's Alpha, we're fine.
Shift enter. Combo box. Pilot
shift
Roderbird
enter.
69 left Parent to SK Fret Airbus A300 YCFS dash public with maintenance served height above sea dash left difficulty :2. Ground control: 118 approach control: 117.0.
We don't have to change to approach until we've got all our ground done.
Airport description:
everything.
runways 2. Runway 0
we
through
got
21
two
left
runways.
2000 entrance
But-
surface: entrance 21 Alpha Romeo Echo dash 2000
So it is
1089.
Alpha. So
Escape.
that
Edit.
means
Escape.
we're going to head straight north, which will be heading to Alpha, which is straight ahead because Alpha runs east-west. But we will be turning onto Zulu to go into the stand area to pick up the passengers. So we'll get started and we'll go and pick up some passengers. Park brake off.
Parking brakes off.
Okay, so we've got auto speed in this plane, so I'm going to set the speed auto. Set speed.
Set speed 2 dash 0 0 2
Do that again.
2 0 20 enter edit.
Right, so that'll get up to 20 and then stop. But I'll slow down once we get into the main area and we're picking up passengers. So I don't have to turn anywhere because we're coming straight out of the hangar and going straight north. If you are facing west, you have to turn right.
Mike.
Close hangar door.
Minus 280 mic in front of the hangar. 1,490 mic in 20 north. Minus 355 meters.
So we're going to stand 3, so we're going to turn right onto Zulu, and then stand 3 will be on our left.
North 20
And this A300
closed.
takes a long time to
North.
slow down too.
minus 279 minus 174 mic. Minus 165 mic 20 20
Set speed.
set speed
I'm actually
edit.
going to slow
1,
down to 15.
5 15 enter edit. 17 16
That's Zulu, so we turn right onto
10.
Zulu,
20
Zulu,
31
and that's
40.
face
Zulu.
east-west, so we got to go to
50.
90 degrees.
Zulu,
70
Zulu,
80 90
Zulu.
91 90 east.
Zulu.
Minus 50 Zulu.
Right, we're now on Zulu, so we'll hear the stands come up on the left now. So once you start turning, you've got to turn back to the north to go into the stand, and then you've got to stop before you go at the other side of the stand because you can drive
16.
straight through them. So once I get to stand 2, I'll slow down again to 10, and then I'll turn into stand 3 and stop.
East 16
And then we'll prepare to board our passengers.
326 kilometers. Brisbane 21 hours 42
That's
minutes.
stand 1. Set
stand
speed.
1,
Set speed 1 0
I have that ready.
Stand
16
stand 1,
So it's just like the
Stand
taxiways
1.
and all that. It just comes up. And this plane takes a bit to turn, so you pretty much want to start turning before the second beeps. Right, that's stand 2.
stand 2,
10 enter edit.
stand 2,
Slow down for stand 3 now.
14/10 auto 12/11
stand 2,
east
stand 2, stand 2,
Okay, the next one is stand 3, so as soon as I hear it, I'll start turning. Well, after the beep. There we go. We turn into stand 3,
80
stand 3,
and we turn back to 0,
70
or 360.
stand 3,
60 50
stand 3,
You can come through the other way.
40
stand
preset
3,
0 30
Right.
20
stand 3,
10
Stand 3.
0, 359. 0,
Stand
359.
Stand
0,
3.
359.
Right, we're hitting
Dash.
brakes. We want to stop in stand 3.
Dash.
Okay, so we'll check our position.
359.
We don't have to worry about our angle because we're going to head out of here anyway, and we can fix that up. So
7 stand 3.
we're at 7 in stand 3.
1917 stand 3.
So we're in stand 3. So right, now we've got to get ready for passengers. So we're going to open the doors of the plane, and then we'll get asked for boarding. So I'll do that now. Open doors. Now, that's
Open.
the outside door I just opened, and my cockpit door is also open. So I've never really done anything with these doors before. As you can hear, we're at a terminal, so lots of talking. So let's get passengers on board. So we've got to contact the tower, so F1,
Combo box. Board dash asking for boarding.
and ask for boarding.
Enter. Edit.
SK787, beginning boarding.
Okay, now we've just got to wait for all the passengers to get on board. You'll hear them walking on and setting their seat belts and everything. And as you'll hear, the planes are louder because we've got a door open. And once I get the passengers on board, that's when I will close the main doors, and then I will close my cockpit door as well because we want privacy. Here they come. Welcome aboard, passengers. Hopefully we'll get a full flight, or close to a full flight. It's only a short flight, so I don't see us filling it up too much. It will tell you at the end when they all get on how many you've got.
$127.
227 passengers on board. Nice. Okay, so let's close the doors because we're now loaded. Close doors.
Closed.
Okay, so as you can hear, you can still hear them talking. So now I'll close the cockpit door so we can get rid of that. Close the cockpit door. There we go, nice and quiet. We're all private again. Okay, so the passengers are on board. So now we have to get our runway.
Combo box. Board dash engines dash fuel dash ask gate dash asking plan dash I want to change the flight plan. Push dash I need push. Repair dash I need repairs.
You can't change the flight plan
Runway
once you
dash
have
asking for
passengers
runway
on board.
assignment. Enter.
Let's get
Edit.
our runway and then we'll find out where we've got to travel. Sorry. Excuse me.
SK787, you've been assigned runway 03. You can taxi.
Okay, so we've got runway 03. So let's see where that is. And we'll get the frequency for approach when we're in there. So shift and enter,
Shift enter.
for airport
Combo
properties.
box. Pilot Roderberg 69 SK for Airbus A300 YCFS dash COFS public with maintenance services height above sea dash level 0 meters difficulty :2 ground control :118 point difficulty :2
Difficulty 2, that tells me there's
ground
hills or
control
something around
118 point
nearby.
approach control
Not too bad.
117.0
Right, so we need 117.0.
airport description: runways 2 runway 0321 left paren 2079 meters right paren
So 0321, that's the one we got. We've got 03.
entrance 03 alpha dash 250
Ah, nice. We just drive out of here and then straight down the taxiway and onto runway 3.
entrance 21 surface ask runway 1028 left paren 848 meters right entrance 10 alpha delta dash 750
Yep, so the other runway's on
1440.
Delta, so we're fine. So
escape edit
I'll change to the approach frequency because I've got to get permission to enter the runway and permission to take off from approach control. Set radio frequency.
set frequency 117 100 0 Coffs Harbor approach control edit
Okay. Sometimes they talk to you, sometimes they don't. Okay, so we've got permission to go and he's told me I can taxi. We're all closed up. We've got all the passengers on board, so let's start moving. Set speed.
set speed 20
I probably should have put the park brake on while I was getting passengers on board, but never mind. They probably chocked our wheels anyway, so let's go.
20. Enter. Edit.
Now we're going to head into the main area, and then we're going to turn left to go out onto Alpha Taxiway because it's to the east, to the west, sorry.
11/20 auto. 359.
And we're heading to the north right now.
30 north.
Right, now we're heading to the
46
north.
stand 3.
Main area.
53 main area.
I don't want to
61
start
main
turning
area.
till I get to about 80 or 90 to
74
get in
main
line,
area.
because to
85
be on
main area.
the
89 main
taxiway,
area.
you've got to be at 150.
350. 340. 330. 20. 127 main area. 310. 300.
Got to turn to 270
290.
degrees.
140. 280. 270. 260. 142 main area. 268. To west. 141 main area.
And we're at 141, so we'll be on the taxiway. Fine. Once we get out here, I'll start. Once we get to Delta, which will be, we'll go past Mike on the left,
141 main area.
and then Delta will be on our right, and then the runway will be on our right, and it's only just down the
141 main area. 1722 main area. 1714
Oh no,
main
it's
area.
quite a ways down. It was at 5200. So it's right down the other end of the taxiway.
1671 main area.
And we're,
1660
Alpha.
main area.
so we're going to speed up a little bit actually.
Alpha.
Set speed.
Alpha.
Set speed. Set speed. Edit. 4. 5. 45.
Alpha.
Enter.
So I'll
Edit.
just double check.
Shift. Enter. Combo box. Pilot
Alpha.
Waterberg 69
Right,
left.
we're
correction,
now on
S,
Alpha.
White pub difficulty. Ground control. Approach control. Airport descript runway run entrance 03 Alpha dash 250. Escape.
200.
Escape.
So we're at
Mike.
141 Alpha.
141.
Mike.
There's Mike to our left, and it's at
Mike.
50. So we're
141 Alpha. 1426 Alpha.
and we're at 1,400. So we've got to go all the way down the other end
1378 Alpha.
to 50. So that's why I've sped up to 45.
141,313 Alpha.
That'll be Delta.
Romeo.
Oh no, there's Romeo.
Romeo.
That's to go to the other end of the airport. So Delta would have taken us to the other runway,
45. 1150 Alpha.
and Romeo would have taken us to the other end of our runway here. So 21, I think that is for 03.
1035
So I'll
Alpha.
get permission to enter the runway here,
Combo box. Enter dash. Asking enter. Edit.
just to be sure that I'm allowed.
958 Alpha.
SK787. You're permitted to enter the runway.
905 Alpha.
We'll start slowing down at about 500 because
840 Alpha.
this plane takes a bit to slow down.
810 Alpha. 45. 0 above ground. 0. 1021 kilometers. 745 Alpha. 326 kilometers. 718 Alpha. 700 Alpha.
Set speed.
Set speed. Set speed. Edit. 1. 0. 45.
I've just set it ready. I haven't pressed enter yet.
141 Alpha. 553 Alpha. 538 Alpha.
Right, I'm
10.
going to slow
Enter.
down here
Edit.
because I'm not sure.
504 meters.
It's going to take us a little while to get there, but
28/10 auto. 23/10
I
auto.
feel safer that
448 meters. 10. 10. 428 meters.
because sometimes it says the taxiway is longer than what it is, and you got to turn a bit earlier.
398 Alpha. 395 Alpha. 141. 398 meters. 385 Alpha.
So we'll be turning to
West.
03, so we'll be turning to 30 degrees. So just add a 0.
West.
And we're currently at 270, so it's a little bit of an angle to get around. We've got to turn around a full 90 degrees plus another 30.
West.
So it's going to be a hell of a turn.
10. 316 Alpha.
And I hope it's a reasonably long runway because I'm going to actually go onto it a little bit, I'm guessing, because I'm a little bit too far over. I should have moved a little bit further off to the left of the taxiway to give me more room to turn.
141 Alpha.
I probably should have went to about 125
141 Alpha. 264 Alpha.
because it's at 200, so we've only got about 60 meters to the runway.
West. 229 Alpha.
Okay, so yep,
10.
I'm not going to set up for takeoff until I get on the runway,
205 Alpha.
and then once we get in the air, I'll briefly go over and show you our profits and everything now with the passengers on board.
177
Hopefully
Alpha.
we're making profit.
173 Alpha.
I don't get any of that profit, that all goes to the company.
165
I only
Alpha.
get that $16 that I'm getting paid for the flight.
150 to Alpha. 147 Alpha.
I know it seems bad, but you're not going to be doing short flights like this. You've got to do over at least a 5,000 kilometre flight, and you get $300 and something for that.
121 Alpha.
It's about depending on your plane, if you use the Boeing 787, that's about a 5-hour
99
flight.
Alpha.
All right, let's turn.
280.
03.
290.
03.
300.
Got a good
310.
turning circle.
320.
03.
330.
03.
340.
As you can hear, runway swinging around. We're probably going to end up on it
350.
really
03.
soon.
0.
And another
03.
30 degrees, 20 degrees.
Runway 0321.
Throttle 30. 10. 32. 30. 30. 30.
Right, we'll hit the brakes.
Equals. Dash.
Brakes on mine is the minus sign on the number row.
Dash.
Your brakes may be the /.
0. 30.
Right, so we're on the runway, we're facing the correct way, and we went
740 meters.
40 metres onto the runway.
2,038 meters.
But we got 2,000, we only need 1,800.
2,038 meters.
Okay, so let's set up for this flight. So we know we need flaps 1. Set the flaps.
Set flap 1. Enter. Edit.
We need to set for flight mode because we're in taxi mode.
0 : throttle : 0% : throttle preset 0 : taxi mode :
Right,
Flaps
so
set.
shift and delete to change your flight mode.
Shift
Flight
delete.
mode.
0 :
Double check
throttle :
that it
0% : throttle preset 0 : flight mode :
And I didn't add those waypoints, so I'll quickly go and add those now. Now to add the waypoints, you need to press Control F8 to bring up the
Combo
map
box.
window.
State of New South Wales.
And then
Cox
you
Harbour
tab
YCFS left. 0 :
2.
filter
So the
edit.
first one is for filter for searching airports.
Combo box. SE 30,153 Athol Glen left.
Right,
37
so
kilometers.
Athol Glen,
47
that
left,
was one
right
of my
paren.
first ones, so I tabbed space onto that to add
Added
it,
to navigation.
and it's now added.
SE 31,153. SE 30,153.
And I know the other one was an
left,
SE
113
29,000.
SE 31,100. SE 29,153 Ellengal left.
That's it,
147 kilometers.
Ellengall.
34
So
left,
I
right paren.
press space and add that one.
Added to navigation.
Right, and
SE 29,152
the other one's
Leaches Gully
SE
left, 182
28,000.
kilometers, 67 left, right paren. SE 30,151 Howell left, 207 kilometers. SE 32,152 Margony Creek left, 214 kilometers, 100. SE 31,151 Moonby left, 2. SE 29,151 Athelwood left, SE 32,151 Gundy left, SE 30,150 Palaroo left, 300. SE 31,150 Kukubola left, 308 kilometers. SE 29,150
Brisbane's
Copper
only
Creek left,
300
335 kilometers,
kilometres
95
away,
left. SE
so-
32,150 Baramble left, 350 kilometers. SE 33,151 Laguna left, 358. SE 30,149 Burn Junction left, SE 31,149 Yarragon left, 401. SE
We're looking for Bow
33,150
Desert.
Excelsior left, 400. SE 29,149 Newell left, 424 kilometers,
See,
101
that's
left,
way
right
past the airport, so it's not there. So, alright, so we've
Escape
added
out.
those. So now we need to shift them in our navigation window. So I escaped out of that list. So now we press Tab to go to our navigation computer from the dashboard.
Navigation, route combo box.
Right.
Brisbane left,
Now
326
Brisbane's at the
kilometers,
top.
30
We've
left,
got to
21 minutes, right
move
paren.
these other waypoints to the top. So Athol Glen needs to be the first one. So
SE 30,153 Athol Glen left,
So I
290 kilometers,
highlight that
178
and then
left,
I
19
press
minutes, right paren.
F2. And now that moves it up. F3 moves them down, F2 moves them up.
SE 30,153 Athol Glen left,
So
37 kilometers.
now that's the first
Brisbane
one.
left, 290
Brisbane's the
kilometers,
second
19
one.
right, 19
So
minutes,
now
right
I go
paren.
and do the same for
SE
the other one.
29,153 Ellengal left, 179
I move
kilometers.
that up.
SE 30,153 Athol Glen left, 37
Athol
kilometers.
Glen
SE
first,
29,153
Ellengall
Ellengal left,
second.
111 kilometers, 17 right, 7 Brisbane
And
left,
then Brisbane.
179
And when I
kilometers,
get
4 right,
into
12 minutes,
Queensland,
right
I'm going to
paren.
try and add Bow Desert, and then I'll have to move it up there as well. The autopilot will go to these as well. So right, we've done that. So we tab back to the dashboard.
Dashboard.
We contact the tower for permission
Combo
to take
box.
off.
Enter dash asking
We
for
should have
permission
done
to
that
enter the
before
runway.
we got here. Sorry, I totally forgot. I haven't done a passenger flight for quite some time. So
Runway
let's
dash
get
asking for
permission.
runway takeoff dash asking for takeoff. Enter. Edit. 0 flaps at 1:30.
SK787. You are cleared to take off.
Okay, so we're cleared to take off. I'll just do a quick explanation again. My takeoff procedure is to do the command to set the plane to well, what's called full throttle. Once that's done, it will accelerate to 90% throttle, and don't go to 100 because that'll damage the engines. I then press R to check my speed. Once I get to 270, which is my current takeoff speed, which is, we checked our stall speeds. 290 is without flaps, 270 is with flaps 1, so I can take off at 270. So above that, I then press and hold the shift key down, my left shift key down. I press the down arrow once to get me to 10 degrees lift, and then I might press it another 1 or 2 or 3 times just to give me a little bit more lift without the shift key, because anything over 25 degrees you'll stall and crash. So don't, it may even be 20 degrees, I think. Well, anything over 16 degrees in this plane will stall, because it was 6, 11, 16. So anything over 16 and you'll stall. So 10, pressing shift and any of the arrow keys is 10% or 10 degrees, and pressing the arrow keys once without the shift is 1 degree. So that's why I do it that way. And then I'll take off, and then I'll do my other procedures when I get in the air. So let's get moving. But first thing we've got to do is make sure everything's right. So we check our speed and our flaps, which by checking your speed by pressing R.
5.
I said R.
0 flaps at 1.
So we have 0 and our flaps are set to 1. Then you check your angle. I'm not sure what key does that. I'm doing it on the controller.
30.
So we're at 30 degrees, which is correct. I check my throttles
0
to make
throttle
sure they're in flight.
0% throttle preset 0 flight mode .
They're in flight mode. So okay, we're ready to go.
0 flaps at 1.
Full throttle.
Throttle preset 6. 7 flaps at 1.
So we just keep checking our speed now until we get to 270, and then we take off.
42 flaps at 1.
And hope we get there before the end of the runway.
66 flaps at 1.
It says we only need 1800 meters, but I may have had to set the flaps to 2 to get to speed quicker. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
R. 126 flaps at 1. 1,600 meters. 157 flaps at 1. 3. 630 meters. 179 flaps at 1. 8. 1,285 meters.
I think
209
we should be
flaps
okay.
at 1.
There we go.
222 flaps at 1. R. 232 flaps at 241 flaps at 1. 248 flaps at 1. R. 256 flaps at 1. 605 meters. 273 flaps at 1. Blank.
10,
blank.
20, 30,
There we go.
40,
We're off the
50,
ground.
60, 70, 80,
305 flaps at
90,
1.
100.
Flaps at 1. 314 flaps at 1.
Flight mode.
Out of airport. Landing lights off. 200. Lights off.
Flight mode is set.
Set flap position. Set flap position at
300.
SK787, climb to 70.
37
400.
kilometers. SE 49 left at 341.
500.
course.
Flaps set.
Set course 3, 4, 1. 341. Period. Comma 2, 5, 25. Enter. Edit.
Okay,
20.
so quite a lot happened there.
9.
I'm just going to leave. I'm going to go above his 700
turn
because I want to
27.
save fuel.
464. 35 kilometers. SE 30,153 Athol Glen 4 minutes.
So once I
2
get
left at 339. 2 left at 339.
autopilot on,
Auto navigation on.
right, so
340.
that's now going to point us towards Athelglen.
33 kilometers. SE 30,153 Athol Glen 3
And then
minutes.
when we get to Athelglen, the autopilot will readjust to the next waypoint after that.
554.
That's why we added them in the correct order. I'm just going to keep climbing
1,867.
because I want to get up to a decent altitude to save some fuel. Okay, so what you heard there was once I got off the ground, I done my voice command, which turned off the landing lights, the taxi lights, pulled up the landing gear.
SK787, switch your radio to frequency 510.2.
Set radio frequency.
Set frequency 510. 510. Period. 2. And air traffic control state of New South Wales. Edit.
We got to change to the air traffic control for a change.
SK787, keep your altitude.
And now,
SK787, stay on course.
now I will ask him if I can increase altitude
Combo
because
box.
there's different
Backup dash
options in
asking for
here.
permission to fly to the backup. Deer dash asking for put down dash asking for permission to descend. Pipe dash asking for permission to change out. Enter. Edit.
I'm getting permission to keep going up in altitude. I'm going to go up to at least 10,000.
4,060. 21 kilometers. SE 30,000. 4,172.
SK787, you can change the altitude.
Right. So I'll show you shortly the new options you get in the radio when you actually get assigned the state or country air traffic control.
755. 18 kilometers. SE 30,153 Athol Glen 1 minutes.
Okay.
17 kilometers, SE
So we're flying to
30,153
this next
Athalglen 1
waypoint.
minutes.
I'm still going up.
5,217.
We'll get up to at least
15
8,000 and
kilometers,
then
SE
I'll level out there.
30,150, 14,787.
But yeah, so I turned off everything, pulled up the landing gear, set my flaps to 0. Make sure you set your flaps to 0 because you will damage them. And if they're damaged at 1, when you have to land it with your flaps set at 3,
Clarence
you can't
Valley.
set it, you're gonna crash.
Clarence Valley.
So yeah, so make sure you set your flaps back. I then turned the plane to the direction of the waypoint, and then I turned on the autopilot.
9.0 kilometers, SE
So,
30,153 Athalglen 0
so
minutes.
the first thing I'll show you is what we're getting from the passengers.
SK787. Stay on course.
Yep, thank you very much. So I'm just going to go into the plane
340.
properties.
Control enter. Combo box. Pilot Roderberg 69 left, paren 2 right, paren.
The plane will keep flying itself now because it's on autopilot. It'll adjust when we get there. You'll hear it say waypoint reached. So let's go to the flight plan,
Combo box. Flight plan.
and we'll go
Start desk
down
back,
to the
flight
passengers.
SE Bris. Planned state of New South Wales, state of Coral Sea. Length of planned flight: 323 minutes. Length of flight to the 423 kilometers, 30 minutes. Required fuel: fuel of 340.
Flyover point reached.
There we go. Now the plane will readjust.
871. 9,166.
All right, we'll level out there.
9,205. 9,205.
Yep. Okay. So let's keep
Flight
arrowing
costs:
down.
3,711 euro
So
sign.
again, flight costs
Airfare:
3,700.
160 euro sign.
160 for each
0.
passenger.
Income: 36320 euro sign.
36.
Airfare: income: 36320 euro sign.
36,320 euros. So we definitely made a profit.
Company profit: 32609.
So we made 32,609 profit for the company, which is good. We don't get any of that, unfortunately.
Escape, edit.
Okay.
899.
So we've got rid of all those beeps.
9,132. 9,205.
We're at a good
99
height.
kilometers. SE 29,153 L 6 minutes.
So we've got 6 minutes.
904.
We're still
905.
building up speed. That's the problem with this flight. It's so short. We'll just get to top speed and we'll have to slow down. So let me show you the new things you get with air traffic control. So press F1 because I've changed the air traffic control frequency, which here.
510.2 air traffic control, state of New South Wales.
So that's the one I'm currently on. They'll still talk to me even when I go to Queensland, but I press F1.
Combo box. Backup dash asking for permission to fly to the backup airport.
So I can ask for permission to fly to the backup airport if there's any reason I need to change it.
Gear dash asking for permission to change course.
That's the direction. I can ask for direction to change course if I want to. So this is what you should be doing before you do anything. It's not like a direct flight. You should get permission. I don't know if you get penalties if you don't, but it's possible.
Down dash asking for permission to descend.
You can ask for permission to
Height
descend.
dash asking for permission to change altitude.
You can ask for permission to change altitude, height.
SOS dash asking for emergency landing.
SOS, you can ask for emergency landing. I'm guessing you use that to land at your nearest airport. I've never used it. Don't plan on using it today.
Up dash asking for permission to climb.
And I don't know what that is because it's the same. You're asking for permission to climb. So I don't understand that. But that's it. They're all the new ones.
Escape, edit.
There may be more in there later on. I'm not sure. But if you've never been switched over to the air traffic control, that's how it works.
76 kilometers. SE 29,153 L in 4 minutes.
Okay, let's see.
224 kilometers vertical bar Australia dash state of Queensland vertical bar 15 minutes.
Okay, so we're 220 k's away from Queensland.
73 kilometers. SE dead ahead of 0.6. 0.6/0.6
We're
lotto.
nearly heading directly north. Well, we are flying to Queensland from New South Wales, which is north. Let me open up the map window and we'll see if that Bow Desert one's showing up
Combo
yet.
box. State of New South Wales Coffs Harbour dash YCFS left. Paren 7 filter edit. Combo box. SE 30,153 Athalglen left. SE 29,100. SE 30,100. SE 29,001. SE 31,000. SE 31,000. SE 30,001.
I
SE
know it's a
29,151. SE 31,000. SE 32,001. SE 30,100. SE 29,001. SE 32,151 Gundy left. Paren SE 31,000. SE 30,001. SE 32,000. SE 29,001. SE 31,000. SE 33,100.
See, there's
SE
none
32,001.
of that
SE
number.
33,001. SE 30,001. SE 29,100. SE 31,148 Quambone left. Paren 504 kilometers.
Yeah,
110
that's way
left,
too
32
far
minutes
away.
right. Escape. Edit.
This is the problem with the navigated flights right now. You can't add all the waypoints. So that's why I kept saying don't do the navigated flight, even if you're forced to.
941. 0.6/0.6 lotto. 56 kilometers. SE 29,153 L in 3 minutes. 9,205.
But anyway, once we get to this other one, we'll just head directly to Brisbane. I'll check the Bow Desert one once we cross the border. Maybe it'll show up. I don't know. I will check because I've never checked that before in the past.
51 kilometers, SE 29,153.
But we've got to be in
3 minutes.
Queensland first. So that's your passengers. Yeah, I can open the cockpit door and you can see that they're still on board. Open cockpit door. Sometimes you get partiers. They will party. Close cockpit door. Don't accidentally open the main doors, will you? I'm guessing that will be a disaster.
945. 0.6/0.6 Lotto. 945. 40 kilometers, SE 29,153. Get ahead at 0.6. 9,205.
Let's check the weather.
W. Clear sky, temperature 11, pressure 1024, humidity 30, northeast wind 2 meters per second. E. 1941 liters.
Still got plenty of fuel.
R. 946. 120 kilometers.
We've travelled 120 kilometres. So we're getting there.
Kilometers, SE 29,153,
Just
now 2 minutes.
Again, just keep checking everything.
Get ahead at
Same with
0.6.
a passenger flight.
9,205.
Now, Brisbane's a big airport, so hopefully they'll give us runway 19, so it's quicker for us to taxi in. But if they give us runway 01, left or right, well then we'll just take us a little bit longer to taxi in.
27 kilometers, SE 29,100, dead ahead at 0.5.
And I'll show you a little trick when we land, because you've got to switch to ground control when you land as well, because you've got to get gates to take your passengers to. But there's a little trick, because there is a bug in the game right now. There's a little trick to getting the correct gate. The first gate it gives you may be the incorrect one.
21 kilometers, SE 29, dead ahead at 0.5. 947.
Okay, sorry about the silence. Okay.
948.
So we're just cruising. I thought we'd reach top speed, but we're still going up. Now, I haven't flown this plane for quite some time, so I may slow down a little bit earlier. I'm not sure, because I just don't remember the speed for this plane and how long it takes to slow down.
10 kilometers, SE 29,153, now 0 minutes.
We're almost at the next one, but unfortunately we won't be at...
SK787. Stay on course.
Yep, it's good of the tower to keep contacting me. Thank you, tower.
6.2 kilometers, SE
Affirmative.
29,153, dead ahead at 0.5. 5.2 kilometers, SE 29,153, now 0 minutes. 4.1 kilometers, SE 29,153,
It
now
might
0
even
minutes.
tell me the direction to go to the next waypoint. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had it say that.
9,205. 79 kilometers, vertical bar, Australia dash state of Queensland, vertical bar 4 minutes. Australia dash Australia, vertical bar 1,021
Flyover
kilometers.
point reached.
There we go.
179 kilometers, Brisbane 11 minutes.
Now we're going to start heading to
Dead ahead
Brisbane.
at 3.7.
And we're not over the border yet.
176 kilometers, Brisbane 11 minutes. 176 kilometers, Brisbane 11 minutes.
See, the other one was 111 kilometres away from that one. So Bow Desert's just outside of Brisbane.
173 kilometers, Brisbane 10 minutes, 3.7/3.7 auto. 9,170, 9,200, 172 kilometers, Brisbane 10 minutes.
All right, we might bring our altitude down. We'll check our safe altitudes around Brisbane first. I don't remember them, so destination, Alt-Enter.
Alt-Enter, combo box, pilot rudder, combo
Go
box,
tab
descend
over
map.
to the descend map and we'll go down to 150.
150 kilometers, safe altitude 1,072 meters, which is 1,069 meters above ground.
We'll come down to
Escape, edit.
1,500. Set altitude. Set altitude.
Set altitude 1,500.
And remember that's
1,500.
above
Enter,
sea
edit.
level. We mightn't be coming down at a huge angle, so it might take a while.
T, minus 11.
Oh, we're coming down at minus 11 degrees. That's pretty quick.
8,646/1,160 kilometers, Brisbane 10 minutes.
So as soon as I hear that we've crossed into Queensland, I'll then check for that Bow Desert one. I still doubt that it's going to be there. but I'll just double check that it is a
Control enter.
28,000
Combo
as well.
box. Combo box. Flight plan. Death back. Flight corridor colon. SE 30,000. SE 29,000. SE 28,153.
Yeah,
Load
SE
left. Run 100.
28,000.
Escape. Edit.
So that's how I was able to scroll through those so quickly.
949. 6,974/1,500 auto.
Still coming down in altitude.
151 kilometers. Brisbane 9 minutes.
Right, so we're now inside that 150 kilometres, so we know we're safe. We'll stay at the 1500 right until we get in closer to the airport, and we'll check our safe altitude once we talk to the radio, which that'll be at 60 kilometres.
146 kilometers. Brisbane 9 minutes. 224 kilometers. Vertical bar Australia dash State of Queensland. Vertical bar 15 minutes. 144 kilometers. Brisbane 9 minutes.
I don't think that's
143 kilometers. Brisbane 241 kilometers. Vertical
Yeah,
bar Australia
41.
dash State of Queensland. Vertical bar 2 minutes.
right. Yeah, I didn't think that was right. I think that's to the other side of Queensland.
39 kilometers. Vertical bar Australia dash State of Queensland. Vertical bar 2 minutes. 140 kilometers. Brisbane 8 minutes. Dead ahead at 3.7. 3.7/3.7 auto. 4,515/1,500
down.
auto.
Nice and slow, 11 degrees down. Don't want to get the patients. I think they're passengers, not patients. Playing the wrong game at the moment. Euro Doctor. That's a good idea. Somebody should make a blind doctor game.
949. 3,148/1,500 auto.
See, it tells me what we're coming down to.
949. 130 kilometers. Brisbane 8 minutes. 224 kilometers. Vertical bar Australia. 227 kilometers. Vertical bar Australia dash State of Queensland. Vertical bar 1 minutes. 2,316/1,500 auto.
And we'll go a little bit lower than 1,500, but
126 kilometers. Brisbane 7 minutes.
we're already nearly at 100 kilometres, so I haven't checked the altitude for that. Right, what did we end up
1,493.
at? We went 7 metres under it, so that's fine. Let's do Alt Enter to
combo
get
box.
to
Pilot Robertberg 69
destination
left. Run 2
airport.
right. SK combo box. Hot set to 50 kilometers. Safe out 150 kilometers. 100 kilometers. Safe altitude 957 meters, which is
900, so
954
we'll
meters
just,
above
like I
ground.
said, we'll just stay at this
50,
altitude.
10, 5,
And I
10,
need to
descent
know
now.
the
Height above sea dash level
safe
3 with same
circle.
altitude. Safe circle 1.6 kilometers.
1.6. That's pretty good.
Escape. Edit.
SK787. Turn to 181.
114
Yeah.
kilometers. Brisbane
See,
7 minutes.
That's where he wants me to go to the Boat Desert one, but I'm not turning to it.
112 dead ahead at 3.7. 224. 222. 9.4 kilometers. Vertical bar Australia dash State of Queensland.
Because I
Vertical bar
don't
0
have that
minutes.
Boat Desert one, and it's too late to turn to it now because it'll take me way off
109
course.
kilometers. Brisbane 6
I'm
minutes.
just going to fly all the way into Brisbane now. They need to fix the game before they penalise us for anything like
107 kilometers. Brisbane 6 minutes. Dead ahead at 3.7. 1,177 above ground. 1,493. 3.7/3 949. 105 kilometers. Brisbane 6
that. I
minutes.
think we're finally at top speed.
104 kilometers. Brisbane 6 minutes.
Tweet.
103 kilometers. Brisbane 6 minutes. 1,493. 220, 224,
Australia.
222,
State of Queensland,
105
scenic
kilometers. Vertical bar
Okay,
Australia,
so
vertical
we're
bar
in
6 minutes.
Queensland.
Queensland.
Scenic
So
route.
let's now see if we can add that. So Control F8.
Combo box. State of
Tab
filter
twice.
edit. Combo box. SE 29,153 L now left per SE 29,001 SE 30,000 SE 29,000 SE 30,000 SE 30,000 SE 31,000 SE 29,000 SE 31,000 SE 30,000 SE 31 SE 29 SE 31 SE 32 SE 30,000 SE 32 SE 31 SE 29 SE 32 SE 30,000 SE 33,000 SE 32 SE 31 SE 29,000 SE 33 SE 30,000
So
SE 32,000 SE 33,000 SE 31 SE 34 SE 29 SE 34 SE 29,100 SE 30 SE 30,000 SE 33 SE 32 SE 34,000 SE 31 SE 33 SE 29,145
it didn't
Vancouver
show
left
up.
around 709 combo box. State of Queensland. Go escape. Edit. Escape. Escape.
It didn't show up, so it's still
90
broken.
kilometers. Brisbane 5 minutes.
But if they made it so you could add it from the
88 kilometers. Brisbane 5 minutes.
they made it so you could add it from the actual flight plan, then I would have already had it added. So, right, I need to get Brisbane Control Tower. So, Alt Enter.
Alt enter. Combo box. ESC Airbus YBB. Public with maintenance service. Height above sea dash level 3 meter. Difficulty.
And I
colon
didn't
1.
get permission to descend, which I should have.
Ground control colon 120.5. Approach control colon 124.4.
Right, so we need approach
Ground
first.
control colon 120.5. Approach control colon 124.4. Escape. Escape.
So I'm going to leave him now. I don't need him. He's New South Wales anyway. Set radio frequency.
Set frequency. Set 1, 2, 4. 124, period, 4. Enter, edit.
And they'll contact me when I get to
76 kilometers,
out.
Brisbane, 4 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm in Queensland. They probably should have told me to switch over to Queensland Air Traffic Control, and I don't know whether it's going to do that when the game's fully released.
3.7/3 949. 72 kilometers, Brisbane, 4 minutes. 1,389 above ground, 1,493. 3.1 kilometers, vertical bar, Tasman Sea, vertical bar, 0 minutes.
I think this map's
33
broken.
kilometers, vertical bar, Australia - State of New South Wales, vertical bar, 2 minutes.
Tasman Sea's miles away.
68 kilometers, Brisbane, 4 minutes.
There's 2 states in between it, New South Wales and Victoria.
66 kilometers, Brisbane, 4 minutes.
Alright, so once I get in contact with the Brisbane, I will contact the tower to get my runway assignment, and then we'll line up to land. Gotta get these passengers down safely.
Logan.
61 kilometers, Brisbane, 3 minutes. Brisbane approach control.
Here we go. Wait for them to contact me if they don't contact me.
SK787. Welcome to the airspace of our airport.
Thank you, tower.
Combo bar, break dash, land dash, at runway dash, asking for run, enter, edit.
Find out where we're going.
56 kilometers, Brisbane, 3 minutes. All enter. Combo box. Pilot
SK787.
routed.
You've been
Combo
assigned
box.
runway
Waypoints.
01 right.
They had to make us do the long way. So right, so I've opened up the airport window. I'm in the waypoints.
1A left, Haran 52, 1B left, 1C, 1E left, Haran 35
I'm gonna go
kilometers,
to
4 left,
1E.
space, added to navigation, escape, edit,
It's added navigation. Now I've got to close that
Escape.
window. I tab over to the
navigation, route combo box, 1E left, Haran 20 kilometers,
Move down to
174
that.
left, 0
Press
minutes, right,
F2
Haran.
to move it above the
Brisbane
airport.
left, Haran 20, 1E left, Haran 20, Brisbane left, Haran 20, 1E left, Haran 28
Yep, and
kilometers,
we're
5
now
escape.
changed course. So now back to the
Dashboard.
dashboard. Tab back to the dashboard.
Dead ahead at 358, 25 kilometers, 1E 1 minutes.
All right. Set speed.
Set speed, 5, 0, 0, 500, enter, edit.
Yeah, I don't know how long this plane's going to take to slow down. So
940,
I'm just
22 kilometers, 1E1,
getting
dead ahead
ready.
at 358, 21 kilometers, 1E 1 minutes.
So I'm doing my normal landing process. I'm going to get into 1E, which is 20 kilometers away from the end of the runway. Then I'm going to go away at 190 degrees, which is exact opposite direction, until I get about 34 kilometers out. Then I'll turn around and reapproach the air.
820
I've
slash
just
500
found
auto.
that's the quickest way to get there, rather than swing all the way around the airport to get to that. It probably wouldn't have been so bad with 01.
14 kilometers, 1E 1 minute. 358.7 slash 358.7 auto.
But still, it was just as easy to do it that way.
12 kilometers, 1E 1
I
minutes.
could have easily turned around at 01 from 300, whatever I made.
358.7 slash 358, 11 kilometers, 1E 0 minutes.
But that's fine. I just find it easier this
684
way.
slash dead ahead at 309.8 kilometers, 1E 9.6 kilometers, 1E 0 minutes.
Autopilot off.
Auto navigation off.
Set course.
Set course 18890. 190, comma, 2, 5. 7.0 kilometers, 1E 0 dead ahead at 359.
Once we get to under a kilometre, I'll then hit enter, and that'll swing me around 190 degrees.
5.3 kilometers, 1E 0
And
minutes.
I've put a comma and put it at 25, so my bank angle, the passengers are in for a ride. We're doing a 25 degree angle turn.
3.8 kilometers, 1E 0 minutes. 3.5 kilometers, 1E 0 minutes.
Hold on.
3.1 kilometers, 1E 0 minutes. Dead ahead at 359. 551 slash 500 auto.
We're still slowing down, which is good. It slowed down quicker than
1.9
I
kilometers,
thought.
1E 0 minutes. 1.7 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers, 1E 0 minutes. 1.2 kilometers, 1E 0 minutes. Dead ahead at 300, 0.8 kilometers, 1E 0 minute. 25.
And we'll turn
Enter.
now.
Edit. 350.
Flyover point reached.
339.
We're
330.
turning to 190 to head
320.
away from the airport.
310. 300. 289. 280. 220 269. 109 right at 260. 119 right at 250. 240.
Oh, that was the
129.
engines cutting back on.
220.
I thought it was already at
209.
100, that it had
200.
locked into position.
501. 190.
Right, now we're
173 left, 21 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes. 173 left at 17.
right. So we're going to have a bit
22
of a swing
kilometers,
back.
Brisbane 2
So
minutes.
we're going to head out to about 36 kilometers,
501.
just to be sure. So I'm going to turn off my stall computer because I'm going to do a stall speed landing.
Control
Stall
shift D.
indication off.
And I'm going to see what my current stall speed is. So plane properties, control enter.
Control enter. Combo box.
Tab across
combo box.
to
Logbook. Combo box.
the
Technical data.
technical data.
Stall speed flaps 0 flaps 1
And
colon 2
flaps
flaps
3.
2 colon 2 flaps 3 colon 247 kmph.
247.
Escape,
So
edit.
I'm going to set my speed for 248
Escape.
when I'm coming into land.
26 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
So now we'll get approval to reapproach the
Combo
airport.
box. Approach dash asking for enter. Edit. 28 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Safe altitude.
31 kilometers descent to 8
SK787.
meters
You
which is
can
5
begin
meters above
approach.
ground dash runway 9 28 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Right. So
29 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
that's for the opposite runway. So I'm not. That's for.
30
Yeah,
kilometers
so I'm
Brisbane
not going
3
to go
minutes.
down to 8 meters.
31 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Logan.
501.
Set course.
Set course. Set
Now we've
course
got to
edit.
set for runway 01, which is 10 degrees.
1990. 10, comma.
And we're going to
2,
do another huge turnaround, so another 25-degree bank
33
angle.
kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes. 33 501. 34 kilometers Brisbane 4 minutes.
I'll go it a bit further. Normally I'll start turning back now, but
35 kilometers Brisbane 4
I
minutes.
just want to be
35
sure,
kilometers Brisbane 4 minutes.
because I've got to get back in line with the runway and I've got to slow down as
36
well.
kilometers Brisbane 4 minutes.
All right, let's turn around.
25.
And we have
enter,
permission
edit.
to approach.
179. 170. 159.
And I'm
150.
sure we were
139.
01
Combo
right,
box.
weren't we?
130. 190. Brake dash aborting lane 110. Land dash asking for runway 99. 9 enter. Edit. 79.
I'm
70.
just asking what runway again.
59. 50.
SK787. You've been
10.
assigned runway 01 right.
Dead ahead of 10.
Right. Oh, we're
3
dead
right
ahead
of
of
10.
10.
1 right 10. Dead ahead of 10. Dead ahead of 10.
We're spot
35
on.
kilometers Brisbane 4
How
minutes.
good was that?
35 kilometers Brisbane 4 minutes. 501. 501.
Right. So we've got to slow down to 248
34
shortly.
kilometers Brisbane 4 minutes.
I'll start that at
33
31, I
kilometers
think.
Brisbane 3 minutes. 501.
Let's just double check that.
Control enter. Combo box. Technical date. Flaps 0 colon flaps 2 colon 2 flaps 3 colon 247 k.
Yep.
Escape. 32 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Set speed.
Set speed. Set 2. 4. 8.
Right.
30
One
kilometers Brisbane
above
3
stall
minutes. 30
speed.
kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Let's set
1048.
that.
Enter.
Brisbane.
500/248 auto.
And hope we slow down enough.
494/492/29 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Otherwise we'll be doing a flyer pass. We'll be going around and coming back.
29 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Safe altitude.
52 kilometers descent to 117 meters, which is 128 kilometers
Okay.
Brisbane 3 minutes.
Set altitude.
Set altitude. Set alt 3. 7. 0. 370.
We'll
Enter.
come down to
Edit.
370.
1463
Because we don't want to go below 300 just yet.
445/444/248 auto. 425 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
We seem to be on track with our
Dead ahead of
speed.
10.
Keep checking everything. Make sure you're still in line.
431/248 auto. 427/200 425/24 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
Seems to be doing okay.
421/200 419/248 auto.
Landing mode.
Taxi lights on. Landing,
Your landing lights and
on.
taxi lights are now up. Please keep preparing for
Load.
landing. When you are at
If
almost
we-
landing speed,
400/200
set the flaps to optimal landing setting.
404/242 kilometers Brisbane
And make sure
3
your
minutes.
landing gear is down.
22 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes. Dead ahead of 10. 1010/370 auto. 986/370 21 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes. 390/248 auto. 383/248
Set the
auto.
flaps.
Set flap as a 3. Enter. Edit.
I know stall speed's 290, but we're going to set it early.
787/370 372/248 auto.
Flaps set.
Right. So we're set.
319 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes.
We can now go below 300 when we finally
694/370
get
dead
there.
ahead of 10. 19 kilometers Brisbane 3 minutes. 357/248
I
auto
think we
flaps
should
at
be
3.
okay with the speed.
500.
351/248 auto flaps at 3.
You make sure you listen to what the auto speed is, because I've said it a couple of times and it's set to 0.
342/248 auto flaps 17 kilometers Brisbane 3
400.
minutes. 483/370 auto. 442/370 auto.
And once this
300.
one's done, I will start.
384/370 auto. 267 above ground.
Right. So now I'll
267 above ground. 15
start
kilometers Brisbane 2 minutes. Dead ahead
doing
of
it
10.
manually.
Dead ahead of 10. 316/248 auto flaps at 3. Space.
SK787. You've been assigned runway 01 right.
01
14
right.
kilometers,
Just making
Brisbane 2
sure.
dead ahead of 10.
Alright, let's get landing clearance.
Combo box. Up brake dash abort land dash asking enter. Edit. 300/248 auto flaps at 3. 14 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
SK787. Landing clearance granted.
I remember the plane speed pretty good, and we're granted for landing.
360.
Very
300.
good.
314 above ground.
Alright, let's start heading down
300.
to about
262
180.
above ground. 206 above
200.
ground. 184 above 12 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
Safe altitude.
12 kilometers, descent to 70 meters, which is 67 meters above ground.
Yep,
Dash runway
so we're
01
still
dash
fine.
Brisbane dash
We'll
YBN.
stay at this one until we get right in now, till we get into about 3
11
kilometers.
kilometers, dead ahead of 10. 11 kilometers, Brisbane 172/248 auto flaps at 3. 11 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
Maybe I slowed down a little bit early, but
267/248 auto flaps at
that's
3.
fine.
10 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes. Dead ahead of 10.
Now remember, you've got to switch to ground control once you land
9.9 kilometers, Brisbane 2 minutes.
to actually speak to ground control and get your gate assignment or your
200.
stand assignment.
225 above
Okay,
ground.
let's go down again
210 above ground.
200.
185 above ground.
because it got higher.
250/248 auto flaps at 3. 185, 185, 185,
Make sure we're not falling out of the
185
sky
above
now
ground.
that we're-
149 flaps at 3.
So we're at 249. That's
8.2 kilometers,
2
Brisbane
k's
1 minutes.
faster, so it'll take a little bit longer to land, but that's
8.0
fine.
kilometers, Brisbane 1 minutes. 7.8 kilometers, Brisbane 1 minutes. 7.6 kilometers, Brisbane 1 minutes.
I'd rather do
Then ahead of
that
10.
and trust it than I had a problem. Normally it sets at 1 kilometre above the speed you set it for, but I don't know if I set it for the wrong speed, but I actually had a crash because it set it for the exact stall speed and I stalled.
6.4 kilometers, Brisbane
And
1 minutes.
I just panicked and didn't do the throttle.
6.1 kilometers, Brisbane 1 minutes. Dead ahead of 10. 5.149 flaps at 3. 194 above 5.7 kilometers, Brisbane
just
1
waiting
minutes.
for ILS.
Dead ahead of 10. Dead ahead of 10.
We're all good
5.4
so far.
kilometers, Brisbane 1. 5.3 kilometers,
At
Brisbane 1
5
minutes.
kilometres we'll get ILS.
5.1 kilometers, Brisbane 1. 5.0 kilometers, Brisbane 1
Runway
minutes.
list.
Combo box 01L 01R.
We want 01R, so I just press the
Enter,
down arrow
edit.
and press enter.
10.4 aisles.
And now we're locked onto
4.4
ILS.
kilometers, Brisbane 149 flaps at 3.
We're at a good speed.
4.1 kilometer,
We're
dead ahead
ready
of
to
10.
land.
3.9 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes.
Start heading down a bit.
173 above ground. 141 above 3.3 kilometers, 118 above ground.
100.
91 above ground.
That'll
3.0
do for
kilometers,
now.
Brisbane 0 minutes.
About 1 kilometre we'll head down to landing height.
2.7 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minute. Dead ahead of 10. Dead ahead of 10. 2.5 kilometers, 10.3 aisles. 149 flaps at 3. 96. 91 above ground. 2.2 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes.
Nice and steady
1.9
landing.
kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes. 1.8 kilometers, dead ahead of 10. 1.6 kilometers, 10.3 aisles. 1.5 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes. 1.4 kilometers, 1.3 kilometers, Brisbane 0 minutes.
Right, we should be in the safe
1.1
circle now,
kilometers,
so we
Brisbane
should be
0
able to go
minutes.
down the
1.0
landing.
kilometers, 0.9 kilometers,
We'll
Brisbane
go
0
down
minutes.
now.
90.
88 above ground.
80. 70. 60. 50. 40.
0.3
30.
29 above ground. 29 above ground. 20
20.
above ground. 20 above ground. 20 above ground.
Airport.
16 above ground.
Right, we get ready to shut the engines off once we hit the runway. The long runway here.
Destination dash Brisbane. -7. 3,517.
Runway
Throttle reset
01R19L.
There we go, set to 0.
10. Landing successful.
And we're on the
230
ground.
flaps at
Very
3.
good.
3,083 meters.
Very long runway, so let's set the flaps. Set the flaps.
Set flap to 0. Enter. Edit.
I don't need the reverse thrusters, so I'm not setting them. So, radio frequency.
Murdertown. 0. Murdertown.
Flap set.
009. Combo box. Brisbane ground control 120.5. Escape. Escape.
Set radio frequency.
Set frequency. 1, 2, 0. 120. Period. 5. Brisbane ground control. Edit.
And we'll just check how far we got.
1,077. 71. 2,069 meters.
So we'll quickly contact
Combo
him and
box.
get a
Engines
gate.
dash fuel dash ask gate dash asking for enter. Edit. 66.
I'm just going to set the flight mode back to taxi mode, so wait till 50 kilometres an hour.
58.
SK787.
57.
Taxi to stand 3.
Now he's told me to taxi to stand
54.
3, but that could be wrong. We'll soon find out.
51. R. 51. 50.
Taxi
RR.
mode.
Shift delete. 48.
Right, how far we got?
1,630 choked off dash throttle
I'll choke
47.
the engines off at that speed.
1,590 meters.
We won't turn or anything. Now he's told us to go to stand 3, but we'll now go and ask to unboard the passengers, and then that, because we're not actually at the gate, it'll tell us what gate to
Combo
go
box.
to. It
Word
may be
dash
the
asking for
same,
bullet
but it may
engines
be
dash fuel
different.
dash asking gate dash push dash I need repair dash I need runway dash ask onboard dash asking for unboarding.
Right, so we ask for unboarding, even though we're not there
Enter.
yet.
Edit.
And this will give you your proper gate, your proper stand.
SK787, taxi to stand 3.
Okay, so it was stand 3, so excellent. Maybe they fixed that, I don't know.
1,137 meter 47.
I don't know if they fixed it or not, but that's sometimes you get a different stand, but we've got the same one this time. So
10.
we're going into Brisbane Airport, so we're going on to
47. 2,951 meters. 2,930 meters.
we're going on to the end of runway 19, so we'll just quickly
Shift
check
enter.
that.
S Airbus YB public height above difficulty colon ground control colon approach control. Airport description runways 3. Runway 32 14 left land 1 escape. Edit.
let's-
752 meters.
Let's just
Throttle
shut
preset
this
0.
down.
Shift enter.
And
S
we'll do
Airbus
that
public
again.
entrance 14 colon alpha number of gates number of stand airport building up runway entrance 01L colon Bravo dash 200 entrance 19R colon Bravo Tango Charlie dash 3000 escape.
Direction of Charlie.
Charlie goes east-west.
10.
Okay, so
10. Destination dash 35. 0 above ground. 10. 459 33.
I'll back
32.
off at 28.
3,295
This plane takes a
runway
long
01
time to
19
slow
300
down.
meters. 390 meters. 29. 29. 29. 29. 28. Choked off dash throttle preset
And
1.
you don't want to turn at anything above 30 kilometers an hour because you'll probably snap your wheels
28.
off.
10.
So I'm guessing we're going to be turning right at the end of here, and then we've got to go Charlie Tango Bravo. So I think that was what it was. I know it's Charlie, and that goes east-west, so we've got to probably turn to either 270 or 90. I'm guessing it's going to be 90 because we're already at 10 degrees.
4,000, 114 meters.
Okay, we'll find out in a second.
Charlie, right.
Yep, so we're turning right onto Charlie, so
Charlie,
we'll go to 90
right.
degrees. Then we'll turn right
Charlie,
onto Tango.
right. Charlie,
36 meters.
right.
Charlie.
20.
Right.
30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80.
Going pretty fast, so we're
90.
just
89. 89. 9 east. 395 meters.
right, not far to the end of. I think it was Tango. No, it was Victor.
100.
Victor,
110. 120.
So we've got to now turn to 180 because that goes north.
150. 160.
Victor.
170. 180. 181. 100 south. 3,474
And we'll speed up
meters.
now. Set speed.
Set speed. 5. 65. Enter.
Do
Edit.
65 because when I slow down, I'll just hit the brakes.
32/65 off 3,300 100 colon throttle colon 10% colon throttle preset 5 colon taxi mode colon.
Yeah, we're in taxi.
3,329 meters.
So it's a long way down here, but our passengers are getting ready to be deboarded, unboarded, whatever the correct terminology is for that.
3,200 meters.
I thought this would be a short flight, but yeah, it definitely turned out longer than I thought.
469
But
meters.
this is how flights go.
500 meters. 3,098 53/65 auto. 55/3,038 meters.
We got a 3 kilometre trip this way. So how do we do on fuel and stuff?
1,213 liters.
Yeah, so we definitely burnt more than they said we would because we had 2,210. They said we only needed 900.
E. 1,212 liters.
And we've just about burnt all that now. We're just about down to 1,000 litres.
D. 379 kilometers.
We've travelled 379 kilometres and the
W.
weather is
Clear sky temperature 14 pressure 1,024 humidity
14 in
40 northeast
Brisbane today.
65. 65. 2,389 meters.
Okay, we won't slow down until
65. 2,215 meters south.
I would have preferred if they got me to land on runway 19 because we would already been taxiing in along Bravo. So because it's Bravo, we now have to head to the west to go in because Bravo heads out of the main area to the east where Alpha heads out to the west. So we need to turn west onto here to go to the main area, and because Brisbane's got 2 taxiways out of the main area, we will have to turn on to Mike 2 So we'll turn left onto Mike 2, then right onto Zulu, and then we've got to go to stand 3. I think Brisbane's got 7 stands, and it'll start at stand 7 this side, because the numbers count up from the east to west.
1,320.65.
So we'll start at 7, and then we've got to turn into 3.
1,208 meters. 65. 65. 1,132 meters.
Start slowing down at about 800, because I can hit the brakes if I need to, but I'm going too fast.
1,002 meters. 1,969 meters. 1,933
I'm just
meters.
double pressing the
1,079
the
vector.
location button to get that.
1,828 meters. 1,800 meters. Throttle
Right,
preset
let's
0.
slow down.
764
So
meters.
I just set the throttles
62.
to 0, I'll just coast.
61. 695 meters.
And then if it's still going too fast when I get closer to the end of the taxiway,
54.
I'll
53.
set the speed, which will then hit the brakes.
554 meters.
But I want to slow down to 28. And then when we get onto the next taxiway, we're right at the other end again. So we'll have to
407 meters.
get it that way. So it'll be a distance to travel down there. So
37. 289 meters. 277 meters.
set speed.
Set speed. E2. 7. 27. Enter. At 33/27 auto. 30/27.
You'll see this plane takes a
28.
long time to slow down.
179 meters. 28.
That was close.
28.
But that's good. Now we'll turn on to Bravo in a moment.
28. 117 meters.
Bravo.
And we've got
South.
to turn right to
Bravo.
270 and head west.
Bravo.
219 meters.
Bravo.
Bravo.
190. 200. 211. 221. 231. 241. 251. 261.
Victor.
207. 272. To west.
There we go.
1,842 meters.
We'll speed up a little bit. Set speed.
Set speed. 4. 4. 5. 0. 50. Enter. Edit. 29. 1,767 meters.
Because that's not the correct distance. Because it's got a couple of different sections in between those areas.
1,651 meters. For 337. 1,619. 0 above ground. 0. Destination dash Brisbane. 1,559 meter. 48/50 auto. 50. 1,480 meters.
We'll hear the runways as we come along here. First one will be the one that we just landed on, 01 right. Then we'll go past 01 left and a taxiway in between.
1,267 meters. 1,242 meters. 50.
That should be 01 right.
01R.
There we go, 01R.
1,092 meters.
We're already past it. We're zooming. That's a taxiway.
Tango.
Yep, there's Tango.
1,949 meters. 50. 1,915 meters. 1,890 meters.
Alright, I'll start slowing
Throttle
down
preset 0.
now.
1,828 meters. 47. 152 Bravo. 1,773 meters.
We'll slow down to 25 this time. We'll cruise in because we've got to, we're getting into the main area now. We don't want to be going too fast.
1,676 meters. 40. 1,651 meters. 38. 1,628 meters. 37.
Set speed.
Set speed. 2. 4.
Set to 24 because it'll slow down to 25 probably.
538 meters. 33.
That's just in case.
501 meters. 1,489 meters. 1,479. 30. 1,458 meters. 1,446 meter. 28. 27.
Okay, we're
Escape,
fine.
escape.
I'll get rid of that window.
26. 26. 1,388. 25. Choked off
There
dash
we
throttle
go.
preset 1.
Choke it off at 25.
353 meters. West.
Slowed down a little bit early, but that's fine. That should be 01L.
01L. 01L.
And the next one is
25.
Mike 2 to the left.
1,241
1L.
meters. 1,232 meters.
If you go straight ahead, you'll go into the main area. You can go into the main area and go through the stands that way. but I believe this is the way you meant to do it.
240. 229.
Mic 1 is on the other side in
Mic
Alpha.
2.
109. 199. 190. 179. 175. 176. 108. 181. 100 south. 68 Mike 2.
So we had to turn to 180 to travel down here because this is Mike, it's north-south. This actually heads to hangar 3 and 4.
557 meters.
Now we turn right onto Zulu, back to 270.
210. 25. 261.
And then I'll slow down again because I want to be sure.
251. 260.
Zulu.
200 west.
Right, set speed. Set speed.
Set speed 1, 3, 3, 4, 14. Enter.
I'll
Edit.
set it to 15 because we don't want to be travelling too fast through here. It is probably a busy
16.
thoroughfare.
15. Mine 864 meters. 2,352 Zulu.
Alright, so first stand on our right now because we're coming in from the opposite side should be 7. And we want to head to stand 3.
Stand 7.
There we go. So we got to go 7, 6, 5, 4,
Stand
3.
7.
So we've got
15.
quite a ways to go.
Stand 7.
So I'll slow down again to 10 when I get to stand
Stand
4.
7.
And then that gets me at a good speed so I can
Stand
throttle off
7.
as I'm turning in, and then I can brake once I get into it, and I'll stop.
15. West.
Stand 6.
And then we'll open the doors and everything and
Stand
get
6.
unboarding done.
Destination
And
dash
get paid
Brisbane.
for our work.
Destination dash Brisbane.
Stand
Destination dash
6.
Brisbane. West. 15. Minus 654
Stand
331 meters. 15.
Stand 6.
15.
Stand 5. Stand
And if you do go to the wrong stand, it'll just tell you to go to the other stand.
Stand 5.
15. 15.
Stand 5. Stand 5. Stand 4.
Alright. Set speed.
Set speed.
Stand
Set speed
4.
edit 9. Enter. Edit.
Stand 4.
10. 10.
Stand 4.
Rightio, we turn into the next one. So we turn right and we go back to
Stand
north, which
4.
is 0 or 360. As soon as it beeps, we'll turn. There we go. Turning now. We're turning to
280.
360 or 0.
Stand 3.
290.
Then halfway in, we'll shut the engines
Stand
off.
3.
300.
Like
Throttle
now.
preset 0. 310.
Stand 3.
320.
Stand
This
3.
plane
9.
takes forever to slow down.
330.
Stand 3.
340.
Stand
Throttle
3.
preset 0. 350.
Stand
6.
3.
Choked off dash 356.
Stand
356.
3.
358.
Stand 3.
Throttle
Stand
preset
3.
0. 359.
Right, hit the brakes.
Dash.
Now we check.
9 stand 3.
We're 9, stand 3.
1864 stand 3.
So we're in stand 3. Open cockpit door. Open doors.
Opened.
Park brake on. There we go, I
Parking
remembered
brake
this
on.
time.
Combo box.
Okay.
Board dash asking for boarding. Engines dash fuel dash.
Need
brake dash,
onboard,
push
which
dash,
is the
repair
very
dash, runway
bottom
to
one.
Onboard dash asking for onboarding. Enter. Edit.
SK787 starting onboarding.
There we go. We're getting the passengers off now. So, as you heard, it's noisier again now because the doors are open. The flights are louder. They'll start packing up shortly and getting off. You can leave the cockpit door closed if you want. You don't have to listen to it. There we go, they're leaving the plane now. Thank you for flying BGC Airlines. Blind Gaming Club Airlines, that's what we're called, BGC Airlines.
Zero.
And they're all off the plane.
Flight completed.
We'll do our flight report, then I'll close the plane up.
Flight evaluation dialog. Edit.
Okay, let's
Contains
see how
text.
we went.
Blank. Successful flight. Blank. Flight length: 384 kilometer. Duration: 54 minutes. Points: 1. Earnings: 16.
I got my 1 point, I got
Minor
16.
fractions: 0. Penalty points: 0.
No penalty point.
Blank. Blank. Blank.
And that's it. So we'll press
Enter. Dashboard.
enter on that. Close doors. Get rid of that noise.
Closed.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave the plane in the stand for now. We'll get it towed out shortly. But that's a passenger flight. That's how you get them. That's how you get them off. That's how you get paid in the game. But like I said, you don't have to do passenger flights to still get paid. You still get paid the same amount depending on the distance of the flight. So that's the free flights. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned how to do more things. Again, if you need to know any of the keystrokes or anything like that, remember Alt H for Harry will get you into the help section. Lots of information in there. Unfortunately, I don't use the keys much, as you see. So I can't really tell you what most of the keys do. If I have to, I look them up myself. But alright, thank you very much for watching. I'm part of the Blind Gaming Club. I'm Rauderberg69. And if you want to check us out, go to the link in the description. And please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.